projecting. Turn off the projector. Turn off the projector. How? Your sister's a witch, but you don't have to give her the money. Someone said, can a person leave a friends with benefit situation without losing their friendship? I suspect Lindsay mistake. I think you did it too.
You know it. Say what's your price? Just to back it up, you can hold my eyes. Now let's say you know it. Say what's your price?
What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time joining us, welcome to it. I really do hope that you stay, you subscribe, and you become a part of the ZeeX family. As I'm sure you can tell by the title of today's video, today we are going to be doing another episode of hashtag Ask ZeeX Online. This is basically a segment where I answer your guys' questions, your dilemmas. I'm just trying to help you and fix your lives. Even though my life may be in shambles, we're gonna help fix your lives. I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me some questions, and you guys definitely did that. If you're not following me on Instagram already, please go ahead and do the things so that you guys can participate in the next Ask ZeeX Online video. So, as you guys can see, I do have some sushi from Oishi. This is not sponsored. Unfortunately, please sponsor me if you get the chance, because one thing about my money, pay a lot on this amazing sushi. If you guys are in the Santon Fourways area, definitely do check them out because their food is amazing. And then I also do have wine. This time, guys, we're having regular wine because nanto lento egudala siyilwela. I finally have wine. Lent is over, so we're gonna have some wine today. I'm gonna be having some Spear Chenin Blanc. This is like one of my favorite wines to have when I'm chilling at home. So without saying too much else, let's get straight into your dilemmas. Please don't forget, please don't forget to like this video if you guys are excited to hear what people got to say. And don't forget to comment as you're watching the video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. I love you all. Let's go. So guys, let's start off by opening our wine because really and truly, I need wine for Izindaba. Jeez, scared of you guys, but also love you guys because this is a no judgment zone. Like, as much as I might judge, like, there's no judgment. Am I making sense? Simnandi. Yo, guys. Kudala ndiyilwela. And it's finally here. But let's first have a taste of just one piece of sushi because I'm so hungry. I'm literally going to collapse. Do you guys see that? Do you see it? Do you see it? Yayvona. That's the stuff. This is the stuff. Then we're just gonna have one bite, just a crumb of a spring roll. These are cream cheese and shrimp cheese rolls, spring rolls. It's giving. It's really giving. Let's get right into the dilemmas. So the first one says, my best friend Loki shot his shot after I told him my boyfriend and I broke up. I pretended not to notice and we kept it moving. Problem is, we had been planning a getaway for my birthday. Do I still go? There's never been any sexual vibes before, but now I don't want things to get awkward. Child, I think you just need to have a conversation. I don't think you need to not go on the trip because that's really awkward. But I also get how it's going to be awkward if you guys don't speak about it. So I feel like my advice there is just speak to him about it and be like, listen, dude, I don't want you in that way. You're a really cool friend and stuff. But andikfuni in a romantic sense. And if he comes with the whole vibe of, well, masiege then yeke, but if he's receptive to you saying, listen, I don't want to be with you in a romantic sense, but I would like to be with you still on a friendship level, I feel like you guys can continue and maybe just see how the vibes are once you guys have had that conversation, and then you can decide if you want to go or you don't want to go. Okay, so the next one says, must you drop your friend's ex who you were friends with before they started dating? It's a hard no from me. But it comes with T's and C's. If you found that the relationship between you and the girl, I will say in this instance, if you found that your relationship with her is much stronger and he did something, an unforgivable thing, it's something that's like outlandishly bad, and not even outlandishly, just bad, something that's really, really, really bad, I think your friend does have sort of a leeway to be like, listen, pick a side. But if it's a case of, I have a guy friend and I have a girlfriend, and then they date and then they break up, I'm not gonna stop being friends with him because I was friends with him first. Yeah, you ain't gonna make me stop being his friend. That ain't gonna work. That just ain't gonna work. Another 5-second sushi break for my sake. Just for my sake. For my sake. The next one says, a year ago I cheated on my main with my bite. But my main eventually found out and we broke up. So now me and my bite decided to pursue a serious relationship, but I don't trust him. Should I? I mean, child, I don't know if you should trust him. I don't know. How you gonna ask me? You haven't given me any context about the side. I'm gonna assume you're asking, should you trust him off the basis of the fact that you were biting with him, but he wasn't in a relationship. You were in a relationship. So he should be asking his friends, should he trust you? Do you get what I'm saying? If he hasn't given you a reason not to trust him, I don't see why also you can trust that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, the only way I would understand it if he was trying to figure out if he should trust you, but you really don't have any leg to stand on with accusing him of anything if he hasn't given you any reason to feel away. You're just projecting. Turn off the projector. Turn off the projector. The next one is a little bit long. It says, hey Z, my boyfriend has an LB. I don't know if it means an LLB. Or maybe it's just an LB. I don't know. But I'm assuming it's an LB degree, but struggling to find work. This is his second year not working. I see him 1 weekend a month or 1 weekend in 2 months. I just started working this year. It's frustrating not seeing each other as often as we want to. And as you can imagine, finances are tight as he's not working. I really love him. Do you see a future for us? Just say, for me, I feel like you can see he's trying, but it's all about, are you tired of the situation? Because in as much as like him not having a job is really not up to him. Like, the job market right now is very difficult. He's probably really doing the best that he can. So it's really a thing of like, are you still trying to push it? Or if you're not, then I think leave it. Because you also don't want to look back on him and look back at him and resent him in the situation, because there's absolutely nothing he can do about the situation he's in. He cannot find work. What do you want him to do, type of thing. So if it has become to the point where it's too much for you, then leave it. Specifically because you said like there's a distance thing. You can only see him 1 weekend, whatever the case is. If that is a problem for you, leave him. Because as I said, you don't want to look back and resent him, and it's not his fault. There's nothing he can do about it. So he's probably doing the best that he can. So if you feel like his best is not good enough, then that's it. There's nothing I can tell you. But don't string him along just to make him feel like he's a burden, like in a year's time or 6 months' time. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, because that's down, okay? Someone said, can a person leave a friends with benefit situation without losing their friendship? I suspect Lindsay mistake. I think you did it too. I really think you did, because I'll tell you, those situations are very few. Not to say that it cannot happen, but I'll just tell you, Uguti, those situations are few. Uguti, you leave the situation and you guys can still be friends, because I speak from my own experience. Ain't no friendship after that shit. Ain't no fucking friendship after that shit. If I was, friends with the person, I would assume that the friendship was nice. So why'd you go ruin it? Why you go ruin it with a little sex? Just don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that, okay? Don't do that. So I feel like, to answer your question, yeah, it can work, but then you can also need to understand if it doesn't work, because it's hard to come back from that, guys. Okay, so the next one says, my BF made me feel weird about my cooch being a bit dry from ORATANE. Was I wrong for asking for a break? Because he said it more than once. I don't know what to do about it. He thinks I'm childish for this. Your boyfriend, sweetie, he's trash. He's trash. I don't know how else to tell it to you. I'm really sorry it had to be me, but he's trash. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. If he was being a serious gent, he needs to bring solutions. Don't tell me about problems. Tell me You want to try this. You want to, because there's many things you can do to assist in that department. So I really feel like he's trash for complaining and not making a plan. Enjoy my heavy plan, please. He's actually trying to make you feel bad and try to shame you for something you have absolutely no control over. And it's not like this is going to be your life forever. But even so, like, I just feel like he's not making you feel comfortable, and you're not freaking wrong for saying can I have a break. You need a break, bro. ORATANE is hard enough as it is, and for him to be adding this extra stress onto you is not fair. So personally, I say trash. I think you need to just speak to him and be like, listen dude, you're making me feel very uncomfortable with this conversation, and you saying I'm childish is not helping the situation. I personally would advocate for leaving a situation like that, because I just feel like making me feel so bad about a situation that I have no control over is just, that is childish to me. So I feel like, have a conversation that doesn't go over well, pack your bags and hit the road. My neighbors are probably listening to this conversation like, sweetie, your friend's got some problems. But so do I, child. So do I. Do you guys put ginger on your sushi? Please let me know if you do, because if you don't, you're down for that. If you guys care to know what sushi that I got, this one is a rainbow reloaded. This is a rock and roll reloaded. Both taste amazing. And then as I let you guys know, I got the spring roll, cream cheese, and shrimp. It's amazing. DM for dilemma. Hey Z, I hope you're doing well. I am, baby. Thank you so much. So Sana, I keep having lolo in regards to yonke, which means she keeps having a lostra with regards to this whole situation. Okay. Okay, here's the chat. I met this guy last year. However, we never started talking or exchanged numbers immediately. That took place later on. All that happened was a young fellow on IG. We eventually started talking, and he invited me for a night out to groove with a few of his friends. Everything that happened that night was smooth, and I enjoyed myself. It was then when he also gave me hints on how he is interested in me, but it wasn't any serious conversation, as he said he wanted to have a conversation with me when we were both sober. After a couple of meetups and chats over WhatsApp, he finally told me how he felt, and I was also feeling on him hard. We made things official, and we are now in a relationship. However, okay, the problem is here, the nigga had people he had been busy with, and it so happens that this girl comes over to his house we were chilling in. This house we were chilling in. The other night, upon arrival of the girl, he quickly called me into the room and asked me if we could chill there instead, because he isn't in the mood for such energies. I asked, "Hey, Bokanti, didn't you say you cut all ties or whatever you had going on with other people? What but nagging or after that incident, I don't know whether to believe him or not. What or how would you feel in this type of situation? Because why would a person's reaction be to chill in the room while everyone else is having fun on the other side? Here, I fail to understand, Shane. Thanks, Z. How would I feel in this type of situation? I would feel how you feel, because why can't we be there? That's very strange. I won't even lie, and the way men move, like a lot of the times we like to make their movements like this whole deep thing, whereas the situation we think it is oftentimes exactly what it is. So personally, I would feel the same. And again, I want to have a conversation with him, but one thing about men, they're gonna lie. Also, trying to push an honest conversation and they will lie. So I don't even know if that's gonna be the help or the advice that you need right now. But I just feel, I don't know, I feel very like, that is weird behavior. Like, why can't we be around them? Maybe listen to what he says and decipher for yourself if you think he's lying or if he's telling the truth, and then you can go from there. I think you guys just need to have maybe another conversation about it outside of you guys being in the room. You need to bring it up again, because it's shady as nuts. It's shady as nuts. Maybe I'm playing, I don't want to say devil's advocate, because one thing about the devil, it doesn't need an advocate, but maybe, there's a situation that's deeper than what meets the eye. I doubt it, but maybe. So ask him, child. Ask him. But one thing about men, guys, they lie. So you're asking yourself, what did I post this communication for? Because you lied. Yo, dumb ass lie. There's this guy that I saw and liked, but never spoke to last year during the first semester before COVID. I was in first and him in third year, and he was part of Abantu who helped the first year. The way I said that was embarrassing. COVID comes and I completely forget about him. Then December comes, now faculty releases the results and everyone is posting the results. Come down to Jiggy. I see his post on my TL. From that day onwards, I started stalking him, and now Dine feelings isn't Zima. But I'm afraid to make the first move, because he doesn't know me, and even if I did make the first move, I don't think he'd like me, even though he's always complaining about not having a GF every day on the TL. Oh, I think okay? So I personally wouldn't make the first move. The most I would be doing is like, and what I would recommend, it's just you doing things like responding to his stories, liking his tweets, liking his posts. That's about as much as I'm willing to do, baby. That's about as much as my shooting my shot goes, because no, I can't do that. But if you have the guts and the goal to do it, DM that man. But if you don't, baby, story like his tweets, like interact. Just interact small. Don't do too much, but interact. Let him see that, no man, I see you. Do you see me? All right. And I don't think you should have that thought of he's not gonna like you, because what makes you think so? Absolutely nothing. So kick it off, girl. So there's this next one that says, being alone is my brand. Is there something wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with you. If you're talking about generally in life, I still actually don't think there's anything wrong with you, because introverts exist. People who are more to themselves, keep to themselves, want to be alone. I think there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're not lonely. Because if you're a person who just enjoys being alone but you're not lonely, there's nothing wrong with that. There's only a problem if you start to feel alone, and that doesn't mean don't interact with people, because I also feel like human interaction and just socializing is a very important part of being a human being on this earth. But if you're just not somebody who would prefer to be out, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if we're talking about in the sense of a relationship, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty sure you're young, and that's even more reason to be like, there's nothing wrong with that. Be alone when you're young. Be a little fat. Do whatever you want to do. Like, live your life for you. Don't live for the next person or what people think is okay and what the society standards are. If you want to be alone, child, be alone. Be alone. I'm sleeping with my dad's married business partner. My sister caught us and is blackmailing me for cash. This is the most bizarre thing I've ever read in my life, okay? It's your sister extorting you for me, child. I can't believe it. Okay, so I would just say, child, your sister's a witch. But you're gonna have to give her the money. Your sister's a witch, darling. But what are you gonna do? Unless you don't mind if your dad finds out, in which case, rock. But if you care about your dad finding out, you're gonna have to give your sister the money. I was even gonna say, you're Mbambisa, but you can't do that, because then your dad's gonna find out. So you're in hell. I don't know which one you should do. I actually don't know which one is worse. I think I would just pay, to be honest. Although, just know that your sister's a witch and leave that partner alone, because if that happens again, child, you're in hell. Okay.